hub of different communities that put their events up there and stuff, so it's a really good way to find out about what's going on, meet some cool folks.
And we love Mark.
And we love Mark.
So he's performed here. You performed here in 2001 on New Year's.
Was that 2001?
On the little stage with Buck Boy knee pads.
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Buck Boy knee pads.
That's the truth. I think, okay, so anyhow, my name is Mark Growden. I'm assuming if you're here, you probably know that. I've been working with, okay, I'm going to play, what we're going to do, some people thought I was going to actually play. Will you do that for a minute, Leslie? Okay. Well, basically, I took, a lot of you know I've been performing for a very long time. I took a break from music and got really into my visual art side for a few years there. And then, and I was also really focused on racing bicycles, right? And the day I was on this team, I got on this team, and then we had this big race the next day, and I was in training and been riding 80, 50 miles a day every day. You know, I was like in incredible shape. And hi there, come on in. And I won, and then the day before this big race, I was flying down this mountain highway on my bike, and the frame snapped. And I ended up in the hospital with 4 broken bones in my back and a third-degree separated AC joint in my right shoulder. I have this bone, which is 6 up now. And after a few days of grieving this life I created away from music, you know, I was still playing here and there, you know, but after a few days of grieving, it hit me, make this new album, Mark. And it was so clear, and you know, that I had to make this album and I had to get back into music. And ever since then, everything I've needed, it's like I'm walking out into space, you know, under the stone. Just, as my foot's coming down the stones there, you know, sometimes a little late and I'd have to hang on and wait for someone to pick me up. But everything I've needed, I put together a sextet of Seth Ford Young, Jana Chernoff, Seth Ford Young on upright bass. He just got off tour with Tom Waits for a couple months. Miles Boyson, whose albums I had when I was a teenager. Chris Grady, whose albums I had when I was a teenager. You know, and that's 22 years ago. So, you know, these are people I really looked up to. And Seth Ford Young. Anyhow, and those 4 people I've been with, Seth for 8 years, and the other ones I've been for 13 to 15 years. So we go way back. We added a cellist named Alex Kelly. The process for creating this was me honing in on the songs. I had an artist residency in Sonoma County last summer, and I honed a lot of material there because I played every week while I was there for a few months, every Thursday night. And I really got clear about what materials to be on this album. And then I moved back to the city and started working at basically started working people in. Me and Seth did a residency, you know, for every week for a month. And then we brought in a cello player that didn't work out, but then we brought in Miles and Chris, and we played every week for 4 months. I mean, for a month. You know, a concert and rehearsals in between. Then we added the cellist, the new cellist, and our percussionist, Jenya. And then we did rehearsals every week with a performance every week. And then we went on a retreat for 4 days where we rehearsed 8 hours a day and really honed what we were doing, so that, because I regard my primary medium as to be live performance more than recording, and I really wanted to capture that on the recording. So what you're going to hear is us playing live in the studio. There are a couple little overdubs, like where Jenya's standing up playing orchestral percussion. She's not playing a trap set. So there's places where she's holding something down where we wanted a cymbal swell. So some of the cymbal swells are overdubbed. And there was one song where, when we recorded it, I was so tired, and I was actually getting sick, that we decided, well, the band sounds great, let's get it down with the band, and we do the vocals the next day. Besides that one song, this is live. This is a live recording of us in the studio. It was recorded by Oz Fritz, who, you know, he recorded Bob Marley when he was young, and he's recorded, gotten a couple Grammys, but the one I remember is he recorded Mule Variations with Tom Waits. And he's done a number of, he was Tom Waits' front of house sound guy, so when you're at a show of his, he was the one doing that. Great guy. We really, there's a lot of love between us in the group, and especially going on this retreat in Occidental is where we did it, and honing in on the music, and it's been a really great process. And our executive producer is here, Marie Jason, and he helped out a lot with money because I don't have any. And also I can't tell you who, but a famous composer who's gotten a lot of Grammys and stuff down in LA gave me a nice chunk of money as well in order to do this. So that said, I think because it is tight quarters, I mean, if we could take a break halfway through, or should we just go all the way through? Does anyone have a strong preference? And don't be shy to say it.
How long is it?
It's an hour.
Oh, we should be able to make it through.
Just go through. And if you need to go use the restroom, feel free. Go to use the restroom. Can we turn off the disco ball? Yeah. We'll bring the lights. Let's bring the lights down a little. Yeah. So the name of the album is St. Judas, and I'm really working with the irony of, obviously Judas. My dad's a preacher, and I remember when I first sang him the song, I was like, but he's the next to Satan. He's the baddest guy there is, And I don't mean bad like Leroy Brown. I mean I mean bad. Anyhow, so yeah. Will it put spaces between the songs?
It'll just play.
Play straight, just like a CD.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, well it'll be fun. Okay, enjoy.
Love is a thief. Oh, love, won't you make me believe?
Thank you. And I suppose, well, one thing is that Polly and Scott offer the space. If you feel like it, and if you haven't, it's easy for you. There's gonna I don't know if she's gonna go around or if she's gonna pass around.
We'll just leave it at the door, and as they're leaving.
You think so?
Yeah. Or we can pass it around.
Or whatever. Yeah. Here it is. There's this can here. We'll pass it around. And yeah, if you feel like donating, that would be great. If not, really, it's no problem. Absolutely whatsoever. I'm glad you. Yeah, at first I was like, oh shit, this is just. We didn't test the sound. I'm like, oh, this is. They play dance music in here. The bass on the first 2 songs. Like, but we figured it out. And but I mean, I suppose. Does anyone want to? Should we? Does anyone want to ask a question?
CDs available?
Yeah, we want to buy.
When can we take that home?
So here's what we're doing right now. I'm waiting. We're sending it to a couple people. We have some big connections that we're sending it to, and seeing if we can get it on a really good label, not a big label, but a good smaller label. And if that doesn't happen, then I'll be releasing it, and I'll start getting getting it all together in a few months. So it's going to be a few months. I'm sitting on it, and
You're building the excitement.
and I guess yeah.
Basically, you're a tease, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
that's
Yeah. Soon I'll put something online that that you can get or something. I don't know. Here, bottom line is, I'm a musician and a composer and a performer, and I'm not a businessman. And I have some people to help me with that, but I'm looking for management or some kind of. I need people. I used to run my own label and get all this stuff out to the world. But anyhow, if you guys know of anyone, and seriously, I really need help. I really don't want to be doing the business side of this. I can't do it. It gives me, like that. But there's people that's their gift and that's their passion, and I would love to meet up with some people like that. And that's why a label would be handy, because not only label, I may as well.
Comes with people.
Yeah, well, they set you up with other bands and to tour with or on the label. And that's, that's the one advantage of having a label over, say, just hiring a PR person, which is, because labels are kind of fading out, but there are some good ones out there.
How did you decide on the order of the songs? What was the process?
It was really complex because some songs, like Coyote, is in G, but it starts in C, and the song I had it after I'm Your Man, which is in C, and it was hard, man. I sat down with each song, the key, for the content of the song. Man, it's so detailed answer that one. But then I had Undertaker. Then if the Stars could sing right after it, but they'll both mention love, and they have that word in it, right? And the chorus is like too much. So after much moving things around, I finally, So I'm planning on keeping it like this, but we can't change it if we want to. But I knew the Undertaker was going to go first because it is an invocation and a prayer, and I wanted to have that first. And I knew that the Gates and Take Me to the Water. The Gates and Take Me to Water are one track. It's not two separate tracks on the CD because it's one piece, and I don't do them separate. And I knew it was going to end with that, and then all the pretty little horses. And so then that helped. I knew the bookends.
Right. What did you learn musically and personally?
Oh goodness. Well, I did blog. Okay, that's a really big answer. I have been blogging on markrowden.org. Every day when we were recording and mixing, I wrote my reflections. I learned one thing is that I'm used to singing for people. And so being in the studio and I was in an isolation booth in case we wanted to redo any of the vocals, which I mentioned only one of the songs has overdubbed vocals. Everything else is actually me singing while we're playing, and I'm proud of that because that's a major fucking thing, actually. But I'm in this room and the band's over there, and I had someone come in and stand right in front of me while I sang. And it just opened it right up. And the next album, I'm going to have someone there, or a couple people. I'm thinking of you, baby. I swear, it really helped me. It really helped me.
Are any of your paintings going to end up in album art?
I have an agreement with my friend Billy Davis. He designed my logo, the Ouroboros, and he did the drawings for Inside, Beneath, Behind, and Downstairs Karaoke. And he's going to paint something for it. I've considered putting some of my own stuff there, but we made an agreement when we were when I was in my late teens, and so I'm that he would do my album cover art.
I just want to say that having Inside Every Bird on this album and having it on a previous album shows how musically you've grown, and also the superiority of the sound, I have to say. The sound is exquisite. So it's really an amazing milestone to see.
Oh, good. Yeah, I feel like I wanted to, because I've completely changed the way I do that song, and I feel like it really fits here. And I've changed the key. I've moved it down a minor third so I can sit easier in my voice. I was playing in bars a lot. This ensemble does not play bars. We haven't, and we don't intend to. And if I'm lucky enough to ever get these 6 people together again to play, I swear to God, it's really hard to book 6 people.
Yeah.
I sent them 13 dates with 2-hour slots. And said, can we do a photo shoot? I sent them out 5. No conflicts. 5 more. No more. 5, okay, forget it. And I gave up. So, but we'll play sometime, I'm sure. But. Yeah, I'm glad we put it on the album. Because I do it more like a lullaby now. And before, it was something I could get everyone going on in a bar. And when you're standing by yourself in a bar, with a bunch of fucking drunk, it's gonna but I'm over that shit.
Did you say your daughter was 12?
Yeah, she's 12. And she sings with me on the end. And my son and my daughter and I do the Coyotes. And that Coyote song. Oh, and by the way, if that flute thing in the middle, that's me playing bicycle handlebars, in case you aren't familiar with. I'm actually they're just bicycle handlebars. So, that's the name of the song. Handlebars.
Yeah. Make any music videos?
Oh yeah. I've got a couple people out, or actually probably a few people who are filmmakers, video people, and I really mean film when I say film, and who they have advanced copies in there. People I've been working with for a long time.
The
Thad Povey, remember the one with the horses? Did you ever see that one? And the one for
The lady.
Fuckboy. Oh no, not her. Oh no, she owes me. Actually, thank you. Stop motion. Floating restraint. All that.
Yeah, shoot, that would be me.
Anyone else want to ask? Here.
Well, I just wanted to ask if you thought about Righteous Babe as a possible label.
I haven't.
I mean, they do Andrew Bird and some other people doing interesting,
Uh-huh.
kind of odd,
Yeah.
offbeat
I should
stuff.
look
I mean,
into it.
They would probably at least give
Righteous
you advice,
Babe,
if not.
Yeah, yeah.
take you
Oh,
on.
yeah, yeah.
Babe.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm just curious about how doing this album has influenced your current songwriting.
My current songwriting, I'm studying like To Be or Not to Be, the Hamlet soliloquy, you know, that one of the Hamlet soliloquies, to music right now, and I'm also I'm the composer for a musical. My mind has been so on that stuff that I'm not really doing a whole lot of my writing of my own. I have done a little bit, okay, what I can say about that is, oh, and those other ones I mentioned just on the Shakespeare and all that, those are commissioned works that I'm doing, it's not my own. But now I have the sextet. My vision, if I can sustain it financially, because it's very expensive, I went $31,000 into debt to this album. So, woo!
That's not.
Buy albums! Buy albums!
Bring up!
Please buy albums. I'm really not joking on that one. My heart beats fast when I think about that. No, but if I can sustain it, I would like to do 3 albums with this ensemble, the same engineer in the same studio, with a retreat at Occidental Arts and Ecology Center before. They love us there, we're really close. But now, see, this album wasn't written for this ensemble. Once I decided on the material, I was like, this is what I want. And people say, no, you should just do it solo. And I'm like, I could, and I can still do that, but I hear this. And then I'd have the trio with me, the bass and the guitar, and they're like, no, just keep it like that. I'm like, trust me, just go with me on this. I hear it this way, and I really want to complete the vision. So I pulled the band in. But now that I have the ensemble, and not only will I be writing for cello, trumpet, guitar, bass, percussion, and whatever I'm playing, I'm writing for Alex, and I'm writing for Chris, and I'm writing for Miles, and so that's, in the stuff that I'm working on, I am keeping that in mind as I write. And I suspect it's going to be more compositional in some ways, since I do have the people to work with. You know this?
Bravo.
Well, thank you. And if you're inspired to, tell people, you know, really, word of mouth that's the best thing there is. And hope, you know, and like I said, I invest a lot in this, and I hope I at least recoup, you know. But I think it can do well, and I really appreciate you coming out here.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah.
Thank you for letting us come on and hear that.
I realized how long it's been since I just sat and listened to music. You know, just listen to music rather
Not have
than
the computer on.
doing something else while the music's playing in the background.
Like since I was a teenager,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh, I want to say one thing, is that Tuesdays in May, I'm doing a singing class. Okay, there's 3 things I want to ask. There's a singing class that a number of people in here have taken and are taking again, and it's really fun. And if you think, oh, but I'm not a singer, it's for you. And if you are a singer and you just, have a good time and sing in a group, come. There's one, how many people here were in that class? Yeah. It's really good. If you're looking for that kind of thing, Tuesday nights in May. Thursday nights in May. Actually, on that last thing though, I'm also doing private lessons. I'm not teaching high school and middle school music anymore. I swear I spent 10 years and I just can't take it anymore. It's been really hard this year. So I'm doing privates and performing. And so if you're interested in whatever instrument you play, I'm giving music lessons. You know, mentorship in music. It's not just, if you want technique on certain instruments, I can certainly help you, but I'm really into shaping the whole picture of it. So if you're interested in that, talk to me. And the third thing is Seth and I will be trying out a bunch of new material that will probably be going on the next album or albums. I've got the sextet, I've got a ditty band, which is going to be my fun kind of songs trio that I'm working on. And then there's a rock band. But we're going to be trying stuff out for these different projects every Thursday in May at Stageworks. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you so much. Thank you, Polly and Scott, so much. That was it, a week and a half ago? Yeah, like a week and a half ago, we're hanging out. I was thinking, I want to do a listening party. Where can I do that? And Scott says to me, no, it was on Easter. Scott says, hey, Mark, I was thinking, what do we do a listening party? And I was thinking to say, oh, okay. So thank you. And, you know, the best to you.
It's great.
Yay.
And house music.
Yeah, I was happy I bet if there are a lot of us that have taken level one, don't move on, you don't even have to spend much time on some of the preliminary.
You're like.